Welcome back, you guys. Welcome to a new video. My name is Aria. So in today's video, we're going to go a little off topic into the realm of boxing, specifically influencer and celebrity boxing. And I'm going to be talking to you why, I'm telling you why, Jake Paul is probably one of the biggest names in boxing. So, you know, his fight against Tyron Woodley surprised me. I didn't have high hopes. I thought he was going to lose, but he came out and shocked everyone and beat Woodley, who was a fantastic fighter in the UFC, like they said. Whatever the middleweight champion or whatever it may be, he had knockout power. He was a champion, former champion, and he had the potential. But Jake Paul stuck with it and he beat him. Controversial, quote unquote. I think Jake Paul won in the end. Even though Woodley had bigger shots landed, more impactful, if that's the word to use, shots. But in the end of the day, Jake Paul kind of proved that, okay, he's kind of a legit contender. He's kind of rising up. And at this point, Jake Paul can do whatever he wants, in my opinion. That's why he's the number one thing. Like, although he may have not proved himself, quote unquote, but he can sell fights. So I think he can get the rematch against Woodley. That would sell. He can move on against Tommy Fury. That would sell. He could even go to this. He could even follow his wildest dreams and fight Canelo. But whatever the case may be, he is probably the biggest name. And like I don't know, I'm emphasizing that point. The reason why is because he sells fights, and we've said that earlier. But I think he's not someone, like, I guess, compared to the rest of the celebrity influencers boxing, he's kind of legit. Like, he's training, he's looking good, like he's standing his ground, like he's knocking out Ben Askren. He beat Tyron Woodley. Like, he can hold his ground. I mean, you saw everyone's calling him out, from UFC fighters to pro boxer, like everyone is calling him out. So like, he's kind of got the boxing world on his fingertips, and because of that, he can do, like I said, like that is the main reason. Like, other people, like, he's not a good boxer. Like, obviously, yeah, he would not, stand with Canelo or stand with any of these big names. I mean, I think he could fight Floyd Mayweather for an exhibition match, like, to get the money. But I think right now, Jake is looking for money, but he's not looking to have something on an exhibition where going on his record. But he's not looking for anyone to use the excuse, oh, look at him, he fought Floyd and lost. Like, obviously he would lose. But I think what Jake will do is he can choose whatever he wants. If he wants a rematch against Woodley, he can have it. If he wants to fight Tommy Fury next, he can do it. If he wants to, if for some reason Canelo accepts it, he can fight Canelo. I mean, Canelo doesn't like the trash talk, but whatever the case may be, he can do whatever he wants. And a lot of people think that, oh, just because he can do that, he's not that big. But, for that aspect alone, he's the number one boxer right now in the world. And not saying fighting-wise, no, but selling-wise and popularity-wise. Like, at the end of the day, the man sells. Like, and that's, boxing is a business, and it was a dying one, in my opinion. Like, MMA took over, it just kind of, went down. But now it's like this. I mean, there's things now, like during the interview with Aria and I and the face one-on-one with Woodley and Jake Paul, they talked about how, this is kind of bringing awareness to the UFC and, like, kind of getting fighters paid. And, like, that's why so many people want to fight him. Like, he's, like, changed the sport. He's bringing people back into the sport. He's reviving it. He's what they needed, which is crazy to think. The Pauls, that would be a cool episode to, like, dive in deep. But the Pauls have revived boxing, which is such an interesting dynamic, how two social media influencers have done that for the sport. And right now, like I said, to end off the video, I kind of feel like I'm repeating myself. So, Jake Paul, number one in my books. I'm curious to see what he does next. Like, obviously, before his next fight, I think he kind of had some weaknesses exposed. His cardio and his stamina definitely need to be improved. I mean, he could take a hit. I will say, like, he took some big hits from Woodley, so I'm surprised. As long as he can, fix those and kind of, defend better. I'm not, too well versed in boxing, but fix that and just kind of get in shape. Not shape, but like, so you can go through the later rounds. Like you said, he's fighting these longer round fights. So I'm interested to see what he does. I would like to see him have a rematch against Woodley, but I'm kind of on the boat. I want to see how he does against Tommy Fury. I would love that matchup. Two, I think it's a good stylistic matchup in my opinion. And so I hope to see that next, although I wouldn't mind the Woodley rematch, but I'm really hoping for the Fury-Paul fight. And I'll say this. If Jake Paul can beat Tommy Fury and or Woodley a second time, dude, why not? Give him the big shot. Try to propose it. Sell him the money, Get Canelo. But in my opinion, that will happen. But the man's dominating. That's all I can say. He's bringing in the money, and at the end of the day, that's what matters, and that's what makes someone number one in this sport. And so, it's such a weird thing. Like, maybe other sports not, but like MMA, boxing, fighting, you need someone that brings that money, and that's what elevates them above the rest. Like, obviously, there's better fighters, but why don't you see, these fighters on the pay-per-view or the headlining the main event, whatever it may be? So, you can argue against it, but at the end of the day, money and numbers make sense. And so that is why, in today's episode, why I think Jake Paul is number one in boxing. Thank you. Peace out. I always forget to say this. If you want to debate me in the comments, or you agree or disagree, let me know. And DM me on social media or just comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Like, do you agree? What I missed out? Whatever it may be. If you want a longer, in-depth episode, let me know as well. And I'll actually structure it, let you know. But these are kind of short and informal and just raw. But yeah, let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. Peace out. And Aria out.